Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. As you can see behind me, I have piles and piles and piles of stuff. I'm sorry, it's been a hot minute since the last podcast. Well, a couple of things happened. First one was I got poison ivy. That knocked me out about 3 weeks. That was not a lot of fun. You can even just see a little bit of it there. I had it all over my face and arms and hands, and I've never been bothered by it before, but boy, it got revenge on me this time. Right when that was clearing up, one of the my wholesaler accounts that I do business with had their system hacked, and they stole my business credit card. So that was another 2 weeks of fun and enjoyment. So about 5 weeks there, I was really distracted, but I do apologize. I didn't mean to keep it this long. It's been a great summer. Today, August 9th, 2024, and I'll tell you what, this is the nicest August day I can remember ever. 70 degrees, sunny, 5-mile-an-hour wind, no bugs. Hard to believe I'm in Iowa in the middle of August with this weather, so it's absolutely fantastic. Just some updates. You've probably been following, hopefully, my YouTube videos. Picked up a few collections. You can check those out. I'm not going to really talk a whole lot about those right now. I do have to get through the Greenfield collection, probably halfway through that. That came in, second week of June, maybe something like that. I can't remember, but still working through. I got delayed for the previously mentioned reasons, so hopefully that'll get back on track. I don't have any shows till Labor Day weekend. I've got the last flea market of the year up in Spirit Lake, Iowa. So if you happen to get up there, stop by the booth, say hi. Might be moving locations. So I've been in the sheep barn, I believe it is, way on the west side for, I don't know, 20 years? I don't know, real close. I've been in the same spot, same building. And now I'm moving into air conditioning, so I'm moving over to the community center in the expo building. And I don't know if that's going to be Labor Day or it's going to be next year. Next year for sure. I haven't been told if it's going to be for this show. So if I'm not in my usual spot, just walk to the east side to the air conditioning building, the one with the indoor plumbing and the food. I'm really going to like that, by the way. That's going to be a nice change for an old guy. So that'll be fun. Other shows coming up, I got, Minicon and QuadCon, both at the end of October, and then the G.I. Joe Fest in November, and then one more QuadCon in December. That's all here in Des Moines, all of that. And then I did sign up for QuadCon Cedar Rapids in February 2025. First time I've ever been there. They're letting us set up the night before. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it in 2, 3, 4 hours. It's just too hard on me. So hopefully that'll continue. That won't change, and I'm planning on being there. So eBay. What the heck, eBay? I don't. So I love being mad at eBay. You guys know they're my favorite punching bag and have been for 15 years. So something weird happened. My sales at the about the third week in March completely tanked, and then about the third week in July, so about 3 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago now, the switch got flipped back on eBay, and things are doing very, very well. And I don't know. This just kind of further backs up my thought that their server and tech architecture is just not up to snuff. Because I've been seeing, for the last couple months how some people are doing phenomenally well, mainly on YouTube. I'm not going to mention any names. You guys have probably seen them. And now they're saying that their sales have been shut off, and mine went from 4 packages a day to about 15, which is where it should be. So I'm not doing spectacularly well. I'm doing average, what I should be, and I am very satisfied with that. How long that will last, I don't know. No idea. I didn't really do any changes. I did do one. And I was watching YouTube. I really got to, I don't know. You guys watch YouTube. I watch YouTube. I don't always know if it's the best idea, but one of the YouTubers that I watch from time to time said, hey, they did the old end and sell similar on eBay. I've never had good luck with that. Mixed results at best, and I hadn't done it for over a year, but I thought, well, what the heck? 4 packages a day, why not try it? And I don't know if it's coincidence or not, because about a day after that, it got really good. And it stayed consistently very, very good since then. I'm still going to be behind tens of thousands of dollars by year's end, unless something really, really skyrockets through the roof on sales wise, because I was off, 80-some% in revenue. But I am hopeful. eBay, I don't know. I don't know if you care about me or not. I'm guessing the answer is probably not. But hey, thank you. I don't know what you have to do to keep this as a daily occurrence. But please do it. I don't know what else to say, man. It's just so frustrating sometimes. And I'm just looking back. So it looks like July 11. So right at, almost a month, 2 days. Yeah, so right at a full 30 days ago. So I was doing, that was actually a pretty good day. I did about $100.50 on the 10th. It jumped up to $400 in sales on the 11th. Another $400 on the 12th. It dropped down to $283. Jumped back up, $394, $405, $375. Came down again a little bit in the 200s to $250 range. Jumped up over $3. Anyway, I'm shipping 12 to 15 packages a day. And even with the summer slowdown, that's what I should be shipping out. So whether that'll stay or remain, I don't know. Yesterday I did $400. Day before that, $387. Day before that, $405. Today, this is a Friday, which Thursdays and Fridays do not tend to be my best sales day. So I've only had $130 today in sales. But it's a Friday. I'm not going to get too cranky about that yet. And it's only afternoon, so I would assume I'll have some more sales come through in the overnight and evening hours. Just to run through some raw numbers, percentages, I should say. So the last 31 days. So here's how bad my sales were. My sales have been up 68.3%. Okay, and that's just bringing things to average. So this is where they pretty much should have been since Memorial Day, and honestly a little before that. This should be the low point, and it hasn't been. So whether this will continue or it'll uptick over the Christmas holiday, I don't know. Consistency has always been kind of a bugaboo, but here's where the raw numbers have really kind of got my attention. So listing impressions, again, it's usually a big number for most people, but they're up 35.6%, and that's over the last 30 days. And the overall impressions, let's see, 9.6 million. This is still 3 million, at least 3 million below what it should be. Okay. Now, again, this time of year, I think that's probably an okay number. But really it should be higher. But it has been trending up, and it's been standing up steadily, for a month. So, it didn't shut off after 3-4 days. So that's good. Click-through rate is up. It's 0.2% right now, a little over. The fraction's too far out, so it doesn't, it kind of rounds it. But it's up just a little bit. Listing page views. So this, to me, this is a pretty important number. So this is when you're getting actually seen. You're not just showing up to the game like on listing impressions, you know, where you're somewhere on a page or whatever. So listing page views, that's people actually seeing your stuff, right? And that's 21,342. That's up 50.3%. So it's not up quite as much as the listing impressions, but that's still a big jump. Again, you know, for this time of year, that's probably pretty good. I would like to see that over, over 25,000, probably closer to 27,000. And that would be like a year average. So, you know, there's always up and downs, but there's still a little wiggle room there. Sales conversion rate, that's up 0.1%. It's at 1.2%. I think anytime you're at 1% or better, it's pretty hard to complain. You really need to, you know, to stay over that 1% range. Again, I've had a little higher, 1.4, 1.5. That makes a big difference. To be honest with you, under sales, it sounds like a small number, but I can't complain. You know, it's over 1, and so I'm churning inventory. I'm moving merchandise out, and where I should be. So very happy with that. Just a couple more numbers. I think I mentioned last time where I kind of got backstabbed on some unwarranted feedback, and ironically, I got my first negative in, like, I don't know, 3 years from a guy in my own state, and he complains it wasn't as described. I'm like, okay, got dinged in shipping, send it back. Well, he stole something out of it. It came with a DVD-ROM that was worth more than the magazine, and it came back without it. And I'm like, dude, I mean, I'm barely 2 hours away, right? So why? Anyway, I went for the you know, asked for a feedback revision, did not get it. Which, you know, if you order a $24 magazine and steal the contents and send it back, I mean, you're kind of dealing with a real winner. So I wasn't expecting that. What's interesting, though, and this is another one, you know, what's up, eBay? Holy cow. So when I was doing the refund and I clicked on, you know, is there a problem or whatever? And I did, and you know, contents not complete or incomplete. I can't remember what it said. And I only gave 50% because, you know, you're not going to steal something from me and get a free pass, you know, and send it back. Plus, I sent in a nice bag and board and envelope and mailer with, and this guy, man, I'm surprised it came back at all. It was that poorly packed. Anyway, eBay backed me on it. I didn't call anybody, so this is all, I don't know if it was AI or electronic or whatever, and I don't think it was 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes top end. I got a notice. It said, okay, we approved your 50% return, and you reported a buyer. And I'm like, wow. I mean, I haven't won. I don't even know the last time I won an appeal, you know, and I really didn't win because I got the negative. This guy steals from me, sends it back for a refund, and negs me at the same time. So I'm not really exactly happy about it, but I'm very surprised that I guess it worked out that they allowed the 50% refund. And so I mentioned it to Cam. You may have seen him, heard him on some of the YouTube videos. So he sells under his own account, mainly Pokemon cards. And he had something similar to him. Somebody ordered like a $4 or $5 card, complained, sent back a beat-up card. Wasn't even close. I mean, it wasn't the same card. And he did the same thing. I didn't know this. This was a little while ago, a week or two ago. And he was protected. eBay protected him and reported his buyer as a bad buyer. Thank you, eBay. Sincerely, no sarcasm, no hype, no nothing. Thank you. We have been begging for this for, I don't know, a decade, seriously. And we're not perfect. You know, if I have a problem, you know, I average probably 5-6 returns in a year. So I don't get a lot of returns. And it normally is something, either shipping got it or I just missed something. And I've never had any problem. They send it back. I give them the money. They send it back at my expense. You know, that's part of the business. But to have these bad buyers that are gaming the system out there and been getting away with it, just the marketplace just got a lot better for buyers, for sellers, for everybody. You know, I always get these surveys, would you recommend eBay to, you know, somebody else? And my answer for a long time, pre-COVID even, was no. Because it's on shaky ground from a trust standpoint, right? And of course, I'm mainly talking as a eBay seller, but you know, this is a real game changer. Just knowing that, you know, I'm not completely satisfied because I still got the stupid neg, but you know, just the fact that you know, I got partially backed on it, and really is typically a no-win situation for the seller. And to find out, you know, I heard it from my son, and he had a good experience. I don't know, mentally, I'm telling you, wow, it just changes your attitude and perspective to think, you know, eBay, you know, is listening. I'm not going to say it's a perfect system. I still have plenty of gripes here that are legit. But if somebody at eBay is listening and paying attention and making some changes, bless you. Because it's just been very, very hard to deal with over the years. So that was really good. You know, something else with eBay, and this is a weird video. I am not used to complimenting eBay 3 times in a year, let alone 3 times in one podcast or video. And you know what? I had another question. It was I had a customer, and they had an item not received, and they had waited about a month, so they were very patient. But it was overseas. It was an international order. It was a trading card, actually. I believe it was a Marvel Scarlet Witch card. And of course, you know, can you trace it? And we, you know, went through that whole thing. Well, it showed up in Texas at the eBay facility, so it made it to eBay, and there was no note of any problems from eBay or whatever. And I actually called customer service. Now this was a bit bumpy. So eBay, if for whatever reason you're bored and listening, I got caught in a loop on their AI chat help thing, and I have never wanted to put my fist through my monitor so badly as when I was caught in that loop, because usually I can just go call me. Well, they wouldn't call me because they couldn't tie it into a transaction, and it would let me search for the transaction. It brought up transactions. It was not there. It could not find it, and I don't know if that was because it was international, if there was a I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't there. I don't know why that was missing from the list. So after about 25 minutes and calling eBay every name in the book, very creatively, I might add. I was very proud of myself. If finally the AI said, okay, we'll give you a call. And I thought, oh, finally. So that was a horrible experience. All right. The rep I got on the phone, it was maybe a 2-minute conversation. They looked it up. They were articulate. I could understand them. They were knowledgeable. They answered my question was basically, what do I do? Because you got it, you know, and I can't trace it any farther, right? I mean, it went to their international distribution center, whatever it is. And they said, no, we got you covered. We got your back. They said, call us back in a couple days or check back and see if we can get an update. And I said, okay. So I did. And long story short, I don't know what happened. I have no clue. You know, not arrived. What do they call that up here now? See, not open returns, but anyway, waiting. You know, I had the thing filed on me for it being late, and it disappeared. And I never did find out if the card made it there. Now that I do not know. I'm hoping it did because, you know, I do a lot of international business and I don't like to leave people hanging. But when it goes, once it gets to that warehouse, boy, you're completely at the mercy of eBay and its carriers. So it disappeared from my account. I have no dings or flaws on my account. Just gone. But as far as a seller standpoint, I didn't have to do anything. I just checked in. They answered it. It went smooth, and it's okay for me. Like I said, I don't know if it got there. I'm hoping it really did. But that was unusual because I have not called eBay. I've called them a few times this year, but not recently because it was just so frustrating and irritating and just got my ire up. And they're all right. So, okay. So we're good there. My top-rated seller status looks like it's coming back after the little bout of unhappy bad buyers on that. So I'm happy there. And it's just weird for me to say. Gosh, it's going the way it should be going, right? Oh, I just had another sale. Now I went from 130 to 155. So, you know, just keep it going. There is hope. I don't know what to tell you if you're one of the people that your store went dead, because mine went dead in March and it just literally didn't come back till the end of July. I'm hoping, and they have done a lot of little, I guess, website improvements and upgrades and little things. You know, when you pull up eBay, you can see little changes, especially when you're on it every day. You notice that. And, you know, somebody's working on it. Somebody's trying to improve it. Item specifics, honestly, goes a lot quicker. Depends on the category. There's still some categories that oh boy, you know, you got to get an encyclopedia out. And from what I've seen is most people are not filling them out. When I do my research, click on sold items. Sometimes I'll click on sell similar because I just want to see how they did it. You know, like, did they do something different to sell this item than I would have done or whatever. And an awful lot of those item specifics are missing. And even if they're filled in, it's a lot of NA, you know, not applicable, or it's just flat out wrong. So I don't know if this is part of the Google. You know, they really have used Google search for probably, 12 years now? Maybe more. I don't know. You know, Google's in trouble with the government. So I don't know if, you know, some of these companies are starting to divest from them. Or I don't know. You know, I don't know how all this works, but you know, it seems really weird to me. I'm not sure those item specifics have the same effect that they used to, I guess is what I'm saying. It seems pretty clear people are able to sell their items without having the specifics filled in, or even have them filled in correctly. You know, they're just flat out wrong. So I don't know. Something must have changed somehow in the search function. One of the things I did look at, and this, I'm going to click to it now a sec. I still got to figure out how you guys can see the same thing I can see. So I apologize. Technology and old guys are not the best combination. But the organic impressions, now they're still not great. So I don't want to say that they're just, you know, but the year-to-date, so if you click on that and go to review your traffic, and it'll give you a black line, and that's, you know, you can kind of fiddle with that. You know, you can set it year-to-date or 30 days or whatever. But my organic impressions actually have bumped up. Again, they're not huge. It's still, you know, I still promote everything, so it would not be to the point, anywhere near the point I would quit promoting my items. But I think it's interesting because this is a number that, for me anyway, has been non-existent to, you know, barely a pulse on organic. And I don't know. Again, it all started there at the end of July, and it's kind of been trending. trending better. I don't know if it's making a huge difference, but I'm selling a lot more. So something's going on there. It's kind of, well, all right, it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is kind of the theory there. So I am happy with that. The overall sales, of course, when you take a jump like that, they're going to give you you're going to get some stupid high percentage increase because of that short of time. Overall, into the prior period, which, there's a bug there, which is the prior 31 days, which is right in the middle of my not selling anything, 69.5%. Okay. So things were really, really, really rotten there at that time frame. And of course, I don't run auctions. I can't even tell you the last time I ran an eBay auction. I don't know. I don't have good luck with them. But I sold 260 items. Now, this is the current 31 days. The previous one, I guess I don't have a number, but that's up 68.8%. So that's how many more packages I've sold compared to the previous 31 days. So it's just nutty. It's just, people have talked about this switch flipping. Guys, it flipped, and I had nothing to do with it. I really don't believe it was my end listings and sell similar triggered all this, because I've never had results anywhere near this. So I think that was maybe just a coincidence there. My collectibles categories, this has been a little interesting. I don't know what to make of this. All my categories except one has jumped. And the one that hasn't is movie posters. And that's really weird, because that was the one category through that real trough, sales drought, that actually worked. I mean, that was really floating my boat. That was about it. And that has kind of almost completely disappeared. I've sold very, very few movie posters. So I don't know. I don't know if something is going on there or not. I may try to do that end and sell similar with just that movie poster category and see if that revives it. I just don't know. You're flying blind here, so you kind of, even then, reasonable sounds reasonable, in certain situations. But I've sold a lot of stuff, so this is also interesting to me. So I've had categories, mainly my magazines, antique book sales, basically oddball paper stuff. Stuff that honestly has been on way too long, but I have no outlet for, so I just left it. And I'm selling those. And all of a sudden, I'm not selling just one here or one there, I'm selling 2, 3, 4 pieces a week, maybe 2, 3, 4 a day, depending on what it is. And that would be DVDs would be one of those. All of a sudden, my DVD sales. Now, it's not high dollar, so don't get me wrong there. These are not, super high-end collectible, but stuff I normally does not sell. My egg-based stuff, so just the old farm and tractor, whatever, memorabilia, books, magazines. Sold, been selling. Buttons, pins, oddball stuff, been selling. So stuff that has basically been in the eBay inventory death pile, in the store, but hasn't been sold or had activity, is selling. So, something's happened. I hope it stays. I hope it stays for everybody, because it's only going to help everybody. It helps eBay, it helps the sellers, it helps the buyers. I still think it's probably server based and search engine based, something in the base architecture of the technology. Maybe has been, I don't know. I have nothing. I'm just spitballing here. But very happy with it. Mercari has been very slow, and I don't have a lot of things on there. I think it's around 400 or 500. I sell one Mercari package a week. Maybe you guys can help me with this. So, if you have a Mercari account, you can import, and then you can just put, in my case, it'd be my store. You can do listing by listing, but, you're supposed to be able to do 3,000 items. and I cannot get it to work. I've been working on this literally for months. I've been trying to figure this out. And once in a while, and I mean like 1 out of every 20 times, it'll start working. It'll get done. And this last time it did it, no pictures, not one picture transferred. Okay, well, you know, I have thousands and thousands of items, and I don't keep a picture database of every one. So that really hurts. So I can't, you know, I either got to take new pictures or I got to, basically, I just got to list it. So the ease of the download is defeated there. One time it went, and I thought, oh, finally. I had about 2,600 items in my eBay store, and it's like, oh, it's going to get there. It's going to get all of them. Well, it did. And then it hit 3,000, and then it hit 3,500, and then finally I shut it off at about 4,300 items. It must have got caught in a loop and just kept doing it over and over and over and over. So I had some items in there 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, and that all goes into your drafts in Mercari, so it doesn't go live. And at first I thought, well, I'll just sort it out. And there's no way to sort the drafts. You can sort your listings. Mercari, if you're listening, man, I think you're onto something here. But it's got to work, right? And if I could have sorted my drafts out and eliminated those, I'd have been fine. But right now I can't get it to work right. So if anybody knows any tricks, I guess let me know on that. Mercari, again, you're not listening either, but I'm going to give you some advice. Fix your photo imaging, okay? Give us a few more options. Rip off the one from eBay, actually. That's one that works really, really good, okay? So, you know, you can, you know, do some cropping, do some, you know, change the brightness level, whatever it is, you know. Right now the way the pictures work there aren't very good. You kind of fixed the shipping. I like the shipping now. You upgraded that. You added media mail. Didn't affect me much, but you know, we've got the what is it? The Ground Advantage was added. Good call there. Good job. I like the ease of listing. I got to tell you, I bet you I can list. I'm just going to use comic books. I bet I can list 4 to 5 comics on Mercari in the same time it takes me to list one comic book on eBay, because of all the item specifics and things like that. So if you can get that picture thing fixed, I got to tell you, I think it would make a difference. I really do. Get that upgraded. So, you know, that's something I'm still going to keep working on. You know, I'm still going to, I don't want to. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care who's listening, I do not want to cross list. I want to sell on one platform that's going to be consistent and that's going to be there for me, okay? And where things just work. The search works, the shipping function works, the picture functions work. You know, the whole return or problem or complaint system at least pretends to work, you know, where you're not, you know, where you're not backing the bad apples, buyers or sellers on there. So I'm going to keep going with Mercari, but it has been a real drudge trying to get stuff listed on there. So I'm really hoping that changes. You know, although I'll be honest, if eBay keeps flying like this, I'm not going to bother, because if the import isn't working and the pictures are wonky, that whole setup, you know, I'm just going to wait. You know, I'll take my items off and I'm not going to close my account, but you know, the sales aren't there. It's just doesn't have the I don't know, the eyes on it, you know, that eBay does. But I think they could make a big splash with just a few minor changes on there. They could probably do some pretty good damage to eBay and probably get some market share, you know, over some of the other fractured online selling places. So we'll see what happens. That's kind of the update there. So nothing too exciting Mercari wise. And honestly, guys, you know, I guess that's it. I really don't have anything. past that, until just recently, it's been a really, really, slow summer until the end of July, and I'll do some updates. We'll see if this keeps going. If you got any questions, got any comments, hey, you get any topics you want me to talk about, on a podcast, please let me know. I'm not smart enough to think of that stuff myself, and I don't know what you guys want to listen to. Maybe you don't want to listen to anything. I will find out shortly, right, on this. So that's it for now. I hope you guys are, having some good weather here at the end of summer before all the back to school and the weather starts turning cold and stuff. And hopefully, if you're here local, stop by and see me at some of the shows coming up and say hey. And thanks for watching.